Hey everyone, welcome to this new tutorial. Today we'll be making this network. As you can see, it gets some pretty cool results and the network is reasonably small. So if you're a complete beginner, this is for you. And also if you just like this visual, this is also for you. It's basically a circle being displaced a bit and then some heavy feedback loop, another feedback loop, and then some edge detection. You could also just settle for this visual. It's also pretty cool, but I like it more like this. So I'm gonna delete the entire network and start from scratch. This file and many other files are up on my Patreon, so if you don't have the time to follow this tutorial and want the visual, please go over there, it supports me a lot. So first thing we'll need is a circle. Grab this, set the resolution to 1280 by 720. Grab a noise. Set this resolution to 1280 by 720. Go to the noise tab, turn monochrome off, set the period to 11, the harmonics to 1, and go to transform and do in the third parameter of translate, fill in ABS time dot seconds divided by 10, and make sure this T is a capital letter T. Otherwise it won't work. And you can, if you want it to go slower or faster, you can just change this formula. Now we need a noise from the chop world. So this is data. And we can go to the command tab and press time slice. This way it will move. Now we can set the period to 100. Now it go really slow. Next we need a math. And set the pre-operation to positive. So this way it mirrors it if it's negative. And we can set the range to 0 to 1 and 0 to 0.5. Now we can use this value to control our radius. So we can click here, viewer active, and drag this value onto the word radius, and then click chop reference. Now this will be synced, so you can see it shrinking. We'll need Displace, and we're going to displace this circle with this noise. We need a displace weight of 0.1, so just a little bit. And then we can copy this displace and give this a displace weight of 0.5. And then look for a difference and combine these two. And now we get two wonky things, and if they intersect, it's cool. Now press Alt-N, and this way we create a null. Now press this blue circle to display your visual. Then split screens, and here do top viewer, drag this a bit to the side, and right click, display backdrop tops, disable. Now we can have a little preview screen. Okay, now insert another null. And while this is selected, and only this, right click somewhere, not on the container, and do collapse selected. This way we've created a base. And in here we're going to make a feedback loop, and we do this so we can copy it over because we need two feedback loops. So call this feedback back loop. Go in here, delete this null. And now you can take from this in, you can take a feedback, transform a level, and you can insert a composite here. Now add this on top. You can set this composite method to add. You can drag this comp onto the feedback, so it will be referenced to the comp, and now it just draws, because every frame, so every change will be added on top of each other, but nothing disappears. That's why we're going to need to decrease the brightness of the level, so set this to 0.97. This way we get a bit of a trail. And now we're going to increase the scale of the transform to 1.04. And now we get something pretty cool. We can add one more thing, that is a keyboard in chop. Excuse me, keyboard in, yeah. And you can click viewer active and drag this onto the pulse of the feedback. This way we can reset it by jamming 1. That will be useful for troubleshooting. Now we can go out of the feedback loop. You can do that, by the way, by pressing I to go in and U to go out. Just a quick tip, if you want to save this base for later use, because you'll use a lot of feedback loops in Touch, and if you don't already have a feedback loop in your own palette, you should definitely save it now. Go to My Components and right-click Add Folder and give it a name. My Components. Done. And now you can drag this in here and you'll have it forever and always. All right, now insert a displace here and displace this image with the difference. Set this displace weight to 0.026. Now insert a difference. There you are. And grab the feedback loop. Now it gives us the amount that it was displaced as the difference, because if we were to displace this with nothing, it would be the original image and it would be compared with itself, so the result would be black. So if we change this displace weight to 0, it will be black, but we don't want that, so leave it like this. Now go to your feedback loop and copy this by pressing Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Disconnect this, and we're going to plug the difference in here and connect it up. Now go in here by pressing I or double click, go to the transform and set this to 0.909, 0.909. Reset it. And next we need an edge, excuse me. And then, so we lose the black background now. We can fix that by the RGB key. And now we have our final visual. You can tweak this by changing your feedback loop values. So you could also, rotate it a bit. It gives some trippy stuff. You can change the speed in which the circle grows. You can link this to music even. You can do a lot of things. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to ask in the comments. I will try to help you. And if you didn't understand anything, as I said earlier, this file is up on my Patreon. Please make sure to check it out. It helps me a lot. And yeah, see you next time.